Hi, I'm Bogdan. I am the owner of DNN Sharp. It's been a while since I've done these training videos, but now I'm back. And today I want to approach a very interesting topic, which is multi-steps form. And you can actually do this in action form using the state action. So you have the ability to save state and unload state in different forms. So using this technique, I'll show you how we can build, let's say, a 3-step form, and I will do an order form. So I'll do the first step where I collect user information, then the second step to select products, and then the third step I will just show a shipping form. So let's start. I'll create a first form, and I will just maybe I'll start with a contact form so I don't start from scratch. I want the basic information: first name, last name, email, and then I'll just delete the rest. And then in the send, I'll just delete all of this, and I'll add like this. I'll add an action to save form state, so you can find them here. And I will save state. Let's say you can save it either in server session or in browser cookies. In this case, I will save it in the server session, and I will say user info. So this will be the first step, and then I will redirect to the second step. I will say redirect to portal page, and then I will redirect to the second step, but I don't have that yet. Let me save, go back, and I'll create the other step as well. So I'll add more pages. Step 2, choose products, and I'll place this also under action form. It's okay. And then I will also create the third page. Shipping details. Okay. So now I will go back to edit this form that I've created on to collect user details. So I'm just taking first name, last name, and then the send button, I will just say next, so it looks more like wizard. Okay, and then we define the redirect to the step 2 page. Okay, so what I did, I just saved the state on the server session under this name, user info name, and then I redirect to another page. Okay. Let me see if these fields are required. I will make all of them not required so I can test quickly if I need to. Okay. And then I will go to step 2. So now I have the form. If I click next, it will take me to step 2. And here I will add another action form module. And here I will create a list of products. Let's say I start with a blank form, and then I will create maybe a checkbox list. Choose products. Let's say TV, laptop. Okay, and here I will do the same. I will add a button, and then on I will say again next, and then on click I want again to save the form state. I will save it in the server session as well under, let's say, the product info key, and then I will add another action to redirect to the step 3 shipping details. Okay, so this is it. I'll go back. Now when I click next, it will take me to step 3, and here I will add the final module. I will start again with a blank form, and I will add a let's say country, and then I will just add a text area, and I will say address. Okay, and then I will add the final button, which will read send. And here what I will do, I can load all the previous actions, because let's say I need those data, so I need the user info, and then I will load the product info, and this I already have. I already have the shipping details on this page, and then I could maybe create a user account, or send us some emails, run some SQL to put it in a database, anything. But for this example, I just display the message, and I will say first name, you've ordered following products. And here I will say, I'll put the choose product from the previous step. I don't know if these tokens are correct. Maybe I should go and check them. Choose products. It's choose products. Okay. Good thing I checked. Okay, so now I just displaying will deliver them to your address and here we will write the address token that's on this step of the form. Address. Okay. So now we have all the basic steps. I will show you a lot more tricks, but I want to have a full workflow so I can start showing you something. So let's say my name is John. I just click next, and I want a TV and a laptop, and I click next, and I want to deliver it somewhere, and I click send. So now it says, John, you've ordered a TV and laptop, and will deliver it to my street 21. So you see how I collected data in 3 forms, but only used it in the last one. Okay, so this is pretty neat, and this is the basic scenarios that I've showed you. And now I will go and create a few more tricks. The first thing I will do, I will make a previous button. So I want to go next, but then I want to go back. Okay, so let me just stay in edit mode. Okay, so this first form just goes next, but then when it comes back, I need to be loading the data back into this form. And to do this, you go to the form events on init, and you issue a load state here, and you have to give it the same key, user info. Note that when you load the key, you don't specify the source. This load state action will automatically look it in both sources. So it also looks in the server session and also looks it up in the browser cookies. Okay, so now if I save this, I should already see my name, John, that I've submitted earlier. Okay, and I also want to make one further adjustment. I want to move this next button. I want to move it to the right, like this. Okay, and I think this contact form, because I started the contact form, also has some width on the controls, a max width. That's why it doesn't look full size, but I will not play with that now. Okay, so you see I have a next button. I click next. Now I'm on this page, and here I want to also add a previous button. I'll call this previous, And here on this button I want to make the same thing. I want to save the current form state. So even if I click back, I want this to save the changes that I've made to the current step. So again, I will save under product info. So I will save in the same place, and then I will issue a redirect back to the step 1, which is called multi-step page. Okay. And now let me go to layout mode and arrange them nicely. So I'll put this here, and then I will put this here, and then I should also, I think I should also align this next button right. Next, right, okay. So now I'm saving this, and I go back, and I should see, okay, so you see nice, I have a next button and I have a previous button. I click the previous button, it goes to the first name. I click the next button, it goes to the second form, but I forgot to load the form state here. So in it, again, I had to load the form state, which is the product info. Otherwise, you saw I didn't have my value selected, so now I should already have I wonder why this didn't work. Let me save again. Next. Yeah, so you see I already have the TV and laptop selected, and now I go next, and on the final form I can do the same thing. I can add a previous button, and I can choose to save this in the form state, and I will save it under server session under key shipping info, and then I will redirect back to the choose product page. Okay, and then let me change the layout a little. So I will move previous here. I'll move, I don't even have to resize the send if I just go and align it to the right. Okay, back. So I go previous and I go next. Okay, so here I also forgot to load the form state initially. So on init event I will load the shipping info state. Okay. Okay, so you see that it already load my address. So now what I did quickly, I did a 3-step form. That's just next, 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 and the previous, and it saves state at each step, and in the final action that is sent, I have all the information available. But now let's say that I need to make this second step. The products in the second step depend on something I choose in the first step. Let's say that I add a drop down with business role. Let's say I'm in a company and I'm a business role, and let's say that I could be a project manager, or I could be maintenance staff. And based on this, and let me also give them some values so I can easily use them later. So one is project management and the other one is staff. And based on this, I want to make the products on the second step different. So what I have now, I have a business role that I should have placed better anyway. So if I choose project manager, I click next. I want to see, let's say, okay, we give laptop and cars to the project manager, but to the staff we give different different products. So what I need to do, I need so I'm on the step 2, on second step, and I want to show different products based on the roles, and I have many different options here. I could have the products in the database and just write a SQL here, or I could have multiple controls, and this is what I will do. I will create another control and just change the visibility based on the value in previous step. But for the value in previous step to be available on this form, I have to load it. Okay, so in the load state, in the on init event, I'll just load the state in the first form as well. So I already loaded the product info, which is the current step, but I also will load the state from user info, so I have access to the role dropdown. Okay, so this data loads even if you don't have the controls added to the form. So I don't have the first name, the last name in this step. It will load in the context. So the context is basically a dictionary of data. So it has all the keys like first name, last name, emails, and so on associated with data. So I can access it even if it doesn't exist in the form. But one thing you have to be aware of is that this context is not persisted. So on submit, for example, when I click the next button, this state that I load here, so the user info, like the first name, will not be available in the submit. For example, in the next button, if I add an action here, I cannot use the first name token unless I load it again here. Okay, so the form fields persist because you fill them and then you submit them, but the data, any data that you load in context is not persisted. It just loads for the current event, like the initialization event. You do something with it, and then it's dropped. Okay. So let me get back to what I was doing. I was loading the user info state. Okay, and I will make this choose product only be visible. So I will use the condition property if the role equals PM, project manager. So these products will only be visible to the product manager. And for staff, I will make another control, also checkbox list, and I will give it the same name. So it uses the same ID and everything. So it has exactly the same name. And here I will do different things, like let's say, I don't know, tools, and then I don't know, apparel, something like that. And here I will say the visibility is role equals stuff. Okay, so I'm saving this, and let's go test it out. So I'll go back to first step, and now I'm a project manager. I'll click next, and for some reason this doesn't work. Let me check it out. This should be called business role and not just role. So let me go back, and here in the condition, instead of role, I'll need to use business role. Same for the other checkbox list. Okay, so here I'm just using the names that action form generates automatically from one of the fields, and it's basically this ID here. And this is the business role is the ID from this first form. So it's basically the ID here, business role. Okay, let me save this and see if that made the difference. Hit back. Yes. So now I am staff and I see tools and apparel. And then if I go back, no. Okay. Are they the other way around maybe? No. Let me check what's going on here. So I have to so the problem here is I think these two controls, because they have the same ID, they will just they will not work. They will mess their settings. So the first solution that comes to my mind, the simple solution, is just to create another step 2 for stuff. So I'll just copy this page and I will call it step 2 stuff products. Okay, and I'll place this again under action form. Okay, let me save this, and now I have two pages. I have one that is called stuff products, and from which I remove the the project manager products, and then I have the step 2, which is the project manager products, and here I will go and delete this stuff products, and also I should delete probably the condition. Okay, and what I will do, I will apply this condition from the first step. So in multi-step, on next button in the redirect to portal page, I will make here the condition. So I'll say if business role equals PM, then redirect to choose products, otherwise, and here I could write the condition. I could just miss it because it's if it's a project manager, it will go on this first one, and otherwise it will go and take the second exit. And I would say otherwise, but I want a redirect to product page, not to URL. Redirect to portal page. Otherwise, go to the stuff products. Okay. Let me save this and check either this works. Okay, so I'm maintenance stuff. I click next. I go to the stuff products and I see tools and apparel. I go back and I'll click project manager. I will click next, and I'm taken to the step 2 where I see the project manager products. And what happens now, because I save in the same state, it doesn't matter which way I go. They will all save under the same name because they save under the same key in the form state. So both save under product info. So if I go on the stuff path, and I'll choose tools, I will submit. You see this still works because they have the same name and are saved in the same form state key. Okay, so this is it. What I've showed you in this video is how to create 3-step forms, link them one to another with next and previous buttons, how to collect all the data in the form state and use it in the last step to do something with it, but also how to use it in intermediate step if you need to dynamically show some forms based on information collected in other steps. So this is it. I hope this helps, and thank you for your time.